internet is showing this man a lot of love after he specifically pops a trans woman's balloon. Here's the video.
All right, so this video is making its rounds through social media. You see the caption there. It says he directly pops the trans woman's balloon. And so he says people are showing him love, but there's a lot of people who are showing him a lot of hate for popping the trans person's balloon right there. If you are straight and you walk into one of these dating shows and you see like a few, even just one, but just a few trans people, you would immediately know that like, hey, I don't date anybody that's trans. Are you allowed to say that? Are you allowed to have that preference? You know, because I could see this turning into a situation where they'll say, you're not allowed to say that because that is a woman. And then, you know, you go into the debate. Just check out some of these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment here says they love, let me see, I'm getting a text. Some of you guys might be looking and saying, what's up with the layout, bro? I get so much content, so much that I never could get to. And I just told myself that, you know, I'm going to do a sort of like stream. It won't be like very detailed when it comes to the editing. I'm just going to go ahead and just talk about whatever you guys have sent me that I've not been able to get to. Damn, somebody's blowing up my phone. All right. So top comment there says they love transmitters so much they should date them. Right. So the person's like, yo, they love transmitters so much they should actually date them. I guess that's what I haven't heard that verbiage before. I haven't heard that used. What I realize is that when it comes to the dialogue when discussing, damn, they're blowing me up. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can silence that. Let me see if I can silence that. Let's go apps. All right. We've got some good stuff coming for you guys here. Damn, I'm getting blown up here. Let's see if I can mute. Can I mute this? Shit. Hold on. Mute all notifications, please. All right. I think we're straight. All right, we're good. So the next comment here says, LOL, only 2 women had a brain. The others just followed suit. Hive-minded. That's a good point. I think there's going to be a bunch of chicks out here who are going to get to the point where they're alone and there is no hope for them to find the ideal man that was meant for them. There'll be no hope. And it will be down to simple reasons. Trans women being able to play in sports and other issues that do not really affect them personally. They're going to stand on that and realize how dumb that was in the long run. Another comment here says, I'm baffled why the others were mad. And so she's wondering, why were they upset? Somebody responded back to her and says, followers are the worst. They can't think for themselves. There's somebody else who responded back to this that I thought made a really good point. Let's check out what they had to say real quick. I think I have, let's go.
That Pop the Balloon show. Have y'all seen that video on that Pop the Balloon show, the dating show, man, where like they'll have a whole bunch of women lined up with red balloons, and as the dudes walk in, like sometimes, you know, if they're not really feeling their appearance, like the girls will start to pop the balloons, like, oh, I'm not interested type stuff, right? But in this specific episode, right, there was this dude that walks in, right, and as he's walking in, right, none of the balloons popped, meaning everybody was feeling the way he looked, right? But there was a trans woman in the crowd, and he walked in with a needle and just boom and popped their balloon. And immediately all of the women there popped their balloons because, you know, he did that. Pretty much like trying to show support to the trans women. Like, don't worry, girl, you're one of us, man. We got your back. None of us gonna mess with him if he don't want to mess with you. Crazy, right? Whatever. The point is that, you know, in today's time, you would think that the guy would like get canceled, everybody would come for him. But nah, man, the amount of support that dude got on the internet, man, is crazy, bro. He went stupid viral and everyone was like, yeah, man, pop his balloon, man. Who you trying to fool, man? Just because they put you in between 8 women don't mean that you ain't gonna stand out.
Right. I think more people are getting tired of this. I think more people are starting to speak out. I think that the issue really comes apparent when it comes to issues like sports. That's when all of a sudden women want to cry, oh, this isn't fair. But you can't have it both ways. You're going to have to choose what you're going to stand for here.
I kept my balloon because I saw you outside and you look and sound and your answers
This one's crazy, right? This one's more crazier than the last one.
were just as good as you look. But I have one more question for you, though. Before I decide if I actually pop my balloon, could you give me a kiss?
Like on your cheek?
On the cheek.
Forehead?
Don't play with me. Give me a kiss.
Come in.
Oh, y'all popped the balloons, and that's who I wanted to take home, and it worked. But he's easy. Very easy. I don't give a fuck. I like him. But the game was 5 minutes.
The reason why I kissed her because I was gonna choose her anyway.
But okay. But I'm transgender.
Put that coffee down.
You what?
God have mercy
upon us. Like you was born a dude?
Yeah.
So remember back in the day when women were trying to get men to literally catch cases by lying about their occupation, right? There were chicks who were upset, like, oh, I thought he was a doctor. I met him at a club and I was drunk and he deceived me into thinking that he was a high earning man. And I thought he was just successful. And so I gave up the cheeks. And they were trying to turn that into a reason to charge that man criminally. I look at this, and this right here makes more sense to me as a criminal charge than that other shit that they were trying to do in the past.
I kept my balloon.
Let's check out some comments. This is crazy. This commenter says, nah, that's a charge. Same thing I said. They knew that too. I would have been in jail and they would have been sued. Somebody else who says, jab, uppercut, no BS. Yeah, man, you hear people go out here playing games and you just may run into the wrong person. Why can't you just be honest? This is when people start thinking it's not just about you living your life, but it's more about you getting men to fall into your frame of mind, right? That they may strongly disagree with. Let me see here. I have one more. I think I have two more on this topic here. Let's see. This one right here is good. Let's check this one out. Oh, then we have one with Candace Owens.
Hi kids, it's possible to be like me.
Hey bro, you're a grown man. Leave the kids alone. Why do you want to talk to little kids about this? Why don't you address this video to their parents so their parents can decide when, how, and if they want to explain this type of behavior to their children?
Facts. That's weird. Getting online, making messages, targeting children. YouTube would never, you see, you're more at risk talking about this specific topic and disagreeing with it than you are doing what that last content creator was just doing. Targeting kids and saying, you can be like me. When those children have parents.
If you say to me, you should respect people, I always respect people. I would disrespect you if I lied to you. I'm not going to call a man a woman. I'm not going to call a woman a man. I'm not going to say sorry for telling the
your
truth.
Beliefs.
It's not my belief. A woman cannot be a man, and a man cannot be a woman. It's not a belief.
But I'm saying in your perception of the world is different from someone else's, because just as emphatic as you are, that you believe what you just said, there's someone that believes emphatically the opposite.
Okay, so what you're talking about is the idea that everything can be subjective and there's no such thing as truth. And let me tell you why that. But that's why it's either a yes or a no.
No, because we're either talking about feelings or facts.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I believe there is objective truth. Okay.
Okay.
A person that is born a man, okay, a person that is born with a, as we call it, okay, cannot ever grow up and give birth. Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so there is such thing as an objective truth. I will not apologize for sharing objective truth. I'm not going to apologize for not saying because his feelings are hurt and do you
Well,
see how I
why?
feel? Because
Because so you have no problem going throughout the world hurting people's feelings.
I have no problem going out the world. That's one way to pitch it, telling people the truth so they can better their lives, so they can live in reality and not the one,
But
not the fantasy
but
land
what
that they're
if
creating for
someone
their lives.
believes that that is a better life for them?
Okay, well, let's play it your way then. Let's do it the other way. There are a group of people who are now referring to themselves as minor attracted people.
Oh, I knew you was going. Can't go there.
Hey.
That's crazy.
But that's what they believe. They believe that they are in love and want to have sex with children. They believe that, Nick. They believe it. And are you going to apologize when you call them? Are you going to apologize, Nick? Are you going to have them on your podcast?
That's a hell of
Don't
a
you
point.
understand how they feel on the inside when you say that they can't have sex with 8-year-olds?
That is a hell of a point.
It is. The slippery slope is not a fallacy. It is reality. We are living the slippery slope. So somebody's going to have to produce the wall. So there's going to be a lot of voices that need to be objective and tell people the truth. I'm very happy to be those voices. If you're looking for me to, make you feel good, I can't be your mommy. I can't. That's why I tell I can't be your mommy.
But see, that's what I was like. It's
I'm not your mommy. You're not a toddler. You're an adult.
But see,
this is what truth is. And if you can't deal with truth, then you're going to have a very tough life, way tougher than having to listen to Candace Owens say, you are a man on the internet. You cannot feel compassion for lies, especially because they have become what they're doing now is they're wielding compassion as a sword to pass through everything that they want done. And like I said, you were going to blink and compassion is going to end up with minor attracted people. Compassion is going to mean we can no longer call them. That is what is going to happen. It is what is happening.
Can't let that
we are barreling toward that. We are barreling toward that. It's so obvious because people they would rather tell a lie than risk offending someone. If you say to me,
when I go on Nick Cannon's YouTube page and I see that this specific conversation with Candace Owens has like 75K views, I mean, that's a decent view count, but these are high profile individuals right here. But it makes me think, though. It makes me wonder, is there some suppression going on there with this whole discussion in that video? For you guys who don't know, Candace Owens has been demonetized on YouTube. And at this point, I wonder if anyone who platforms her is also at risk of that, or if anybody who's doing what I'm doing here, reacting to this actual video. Are you allowed to have these type of conversations? I did not know that there were minor attract. That's insane. That's insane, right? Disgusting. Let's check out some comments here, see what people have to say. First comment here says, Nick Cannon should know the difference between a man and a woman since he has a new baby every 9 months. Yo, whoa. Somebody else here added, Candace, you're well-spoken and truthful. I can't ever scroll past your videos. Thank you for what you do. Here's another person who says, he really tried to debate Candace. Like, stop. Another commenter here added, why waste your time with a simple mind like Nick's? You're going in on Nick Cannon here. Somebody else here says, I'm telling you, he sounds and looks so shallow. My goodness. Well, apparently not. Nick Cannon admitted that he is a narcissist, genius narcissist. Somebody else here added, Nick Cannon has 11 kids with 5 women. This dude is a clown and should not give any life advice. Somebody else here says, incredible response, Candace. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why the video has like 75K views, is that people really don't take Nick Cannon seriously. What do you guys think? Comment down below. I thought that was an interesting conversation. Moving on, somebody else sent me something here I thought was really interesting. So this video's caption, still love black men, but I'm over it. LOL. If you're thinking, yo, is this one of these videos where the chick talks about how she's done with black men? Yeah, it is. It is. And I don't need to tell you guys how I view these topics of who you should date racially. I think you should date who you love. If you love black women, date black women. They're wonderful black women. Yes, they are. If you love white women, go and date white women. They are wonderful white women who make good wives. Asian women, Thai women, They are all there. What I don't like is confining people to a specific race, right? But most people, majority of people, will date their own. That's what it is. But making announcements like this of I'm done, I've the last straw, I'm over. This one got really interesting because it proves another point that's made when it comes to this conversation about the type of black men that black women who complain usually pick. Yeah, we're talking about Pookies here for sure. Check this out. Watch this. Watch this.
So, I'm going to say this, and I know people might go to my page and be like, well, I thought you was dating someone. I am dating someone, but I do want to say this, though. I'm over black men. I seen a girl make this post, like, some months ago, but, like, and I felt her then, but I really feel her now. I am so over black men. I'm over black men, and the reason why is, like, it's too much dating them. It's too much dating them. Like, it's too much energy. It's too much, like, fight that you got to give. It's too much, like, having to, like, show too much. Like, I just wish people get what I'm trying to say. Like, that girl, she said it perfectly. I'm a lot more rude than her, so, like, I could really be offensive. But I just feel like it's a lot dating black men. It's like they want you to stick around with all their bullshit. They want you to stick around while they grow up and all that stuff, and they don't do the same for you. They're not patient with you. They're not understanding with you. They're not understanding of what you go through as a woman. But we always, us as women, but especially black women, it's like we always gotta fight for what we deserve in relationships.
Blah, 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 blah. You guys know the script. I know somebody right now was, thank you, Shisha. I know. I look out. I wasn't going to push you through the whole 4 minutes of this bullshit. Listen, so she goes on to talk about how as a black woman, she's done, blah, blah, blah. Black men ain't shit. And then shout out to my boy, Scarface. We're talking about Scarface Mark here. South Guy era, the original. Check it out, right? He released this video.
Black women get on the internet and complain about black men, and they choose the worst black men. Watch this.
It's though, I'm over black men. I seen a girl make this post like some months ago, but like, and I felt her then, but I really feel her now. I am so over black men. I'm over black men, and the reason why is like it's too much dating them.
I wonder why, sis. Because you're dating a gangbanger? Is that why?
Okay, I got to cut off the sound. But there she is in the hotel room. That's her man right in front of her, right? She's got it all set up. There's the decorations on the ground there, on the bed. Happy birthday, you know, getting her cheeks clapped in the hotel room, of course. And then they pan over to the cake. Happy Crip Day.
Happy Crip Day. Not birthday. Happy born day. Happy Crip Day. And I'm tired of dating black men. You're dating a gangbanger, a Crip. Y'all date gangbangers, drug dealers, and scammers and complain about black men. Y'all date the worst black men. Go date a man that works a legal job. I can't wait till they delete TikTok, bro. Delete the app. Ban TikTok, please. I'm tired of this.
Let's check out some of these comments. First comment here says, like buying a car, unreliable car, then complaining about the repairs. Who writes this shit, man? This is somebody's real life. You're telling me she couldn't find a decent guy who she could date and actually have a healthy relationship with? No. This is why when she finally makes the tearful video, a lot of dudes out here just point and laugh. Somebody else here goes, nah. Lakeisha, don't leave. No. I saw another comment that says, you literally can't make this shit up. It's just insane. Somebody else here added, please don't delete this video. Here's another person who says, you generally cannot make this shit up. There we go. This commenter says, it's wild how some of them choose guys who clearly don't have it together, then turn around and blame all of us for their bad choices. Where's the accountability? I just don't get it. All right, what else do we have here? Let's see. Here's one. Here's another one.
Morals and who is financially stable. And I know you're broke, but anyways, and also so many broke people. I know it happens, but also just someone who can laugh with and have a great time with.
Okay, so
Looks like you're gonna be by yourself.
we have all of the popped balloons, so we're gonna go down the line and ask a few questions.
Let's do it.
What's your name, age, and why did you pop your balloon, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Justin. I'm 33. I'm a vice president of Street Partnership for an economic development firm. And I popped because I think it takes a lot of courage to come on a show like this and to kind of laugh off people's intention when folks are here genuinely. I feel like that's not great. So.
Okay. And would he be your type?
No, but I also didn't get anyone's intention. No one actually got a chance to even say anything, so I didn't laugh at anyone's intention.
How are you arguing, ma'am? You should see, this is the part where you go into your feminine so that they're like, you know what? I was wrong about you. And you can take accountability. No, doubles down with the foolishness.
Your comment while we pop balloons about folks being broke is just not really appreciated. So.
Well, they popped my balloon. It wasn't appreciated on my end either. That's unfortunate. Let's move on.
Okay. And
so they're shimming and dance. That's why they say Brenda and her shimmy. Somebody called it the shimmy of shame. Let's see. She's lucky she got a room full of gentlemen. So yeah, these guys, I guess, were nicer than they probably expected.
name, age, and what do you do for a living?
How you doing? My name is Chris. I'm 35 years old, and I do security/actor. Now, I was going to keep my balloon only because you do acting. The reason why I popped it is your petty comment, okay? So you say you want a man financially stable, which is completely understand. But because the man popped his balloon and you want to call him broke, I can't do that, okay? You just got to understand the man, period. Just because...
we heard your comment. You don't have to go too deep.
I wanted to, just like you did on the last episode. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on a second. Was she arguing back?
I understand. But because the man popped his balloon and you want to call him broke, I can't do that. Okay? You just got to understand the man, period. Just because...
we heard your comment.
This chick's a headache, bro. This chick's a headache. She is problematic. Problematic.
You don't have to go too deep.
I wanted to, just like you did on the last episode. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, let's go ahead and move to the next one.
I didn't know this was about the last episode. Oh my gosh.
What's your name, age, and what do you do for a living?
I'm Daquan Lee.
What's up, Daquan?
What up? I'm from Mount Vernon, New York, and I own a mingle and dating company. We host events, and I'm also a lifestyle coach.
Okay, and why did you pop your balloon today?
2 reasons. She's not really the type I would go after, and I think she's toxic.
Toxic? Do you want to elaborate?
I get a toxic vibe.
I'm not toxic at all.
That's fine, but she's not the type for me. And
that's great. Let's move on.
It's her combativeness.
I'm getting embarrassed. Stop the shimmy. Stop the dancing, please.
Okay. Name, age, and what you do for a living?
I'm Darion, 31 years old, and I own a food truck.
Okay. And why did you pop your balloon
Just
today?
the physical. That was it. The comment that just added on afterwards, but it was just the physical.
Okay. And would he be your type?
No.
Okay. Let's move on. Hi, name, age, and what you do for a living?
I'm Josh. I'm 33. I work in the telecommunications industry as an account executive. I also do some stocks on the side, and I'm also finishing a blueprint to get a business started with credit card terminals. I hope that to start off next year.
Okay, nice. And why did you pop your balloon today?
So, everything was good, just because the attraction was there. But yeah, the comment, calling him broke, that's what it was for me, because in the past, I've been a man who led with money just to prove I had money, but the women always had different intentions because of that. So I'm doing it on the reverse side. I don't want to be that person that leads with money that proves I have money. Let things flow, and then you're going to see what I got. But just in the beginning, that kind of tells me what your intentions are.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think asking for a man to be financially stable tells you your intentions. I mean, if I'm financially stable and you're not, that would be me taking the L and you just...
Go be alone. You know what? men are catching on, right? If you're a woman and you can't read the room and you don't realize it, even the smallest hint of you sounding like one of those TikTok chicks who's never going to contribute anything to the bills, and how 50-50, and I'm not here promoting it, but I'm just saying there's a certain personality that comes with. They just don't want to deal with that. You're a liability.
Be leeching. But I digress.
Well, another thing that I want to add is that there's a difference between asking that question and having a conversation and just making projections. You made a projection.
Off of one person, not everybody in the room. But if you want to take everybody's opinion and make it yours, that's fine. Let's move on.
Okay, moving on. Hi, what's your name, age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Jalen. I'm 28. I work with DHS. I help the homeless find homes. Yeah, kind of. At first, it was just the initial attraction, but yeah, kind of what everybody else said. I kind of didn't appreciate that comment. That was, in my eyes, kind of corny. You
I
didn't
know,
really
it
take
hurts
it
to be broke. Let's move on.
I guess. I guess.
I've never seen a financially stable person complain about someone saying you should not be broke. Just saying. But let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I
Let's
said.
move on.
Ooh. You know the type, bro. You know the type. You know the type. You see, and all these dudes, I see what they meant now by they're all gentlemen, right? They didn't go back and forth. And, you know, these are these guys who, you know, they're well employed. They're not going to go back and forth with the woman too much. But that's what she's probably used to in a lot of cases. Or a man she can completely dominate.
Okay.
Okay.
I ain't going to entertain it.
Right.
Hi, what's your name, age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Monroe. I'm 29 years old. I work for a company called Tishman Spire, and I run a security company with a partner of mine.
Okay, and why did you pop your balloon today?
Initially, I was all for it, you know, but I think how you treat other folk, it just got something to say about yourself, too. But it's also, I mean, real good feminine energy, but I do like a little bit more outspoken as well, you know.
Okay, and
Put that coffee down.
Feminine energy, my guy. Where?
would he be your type?
No.
Okay. Well, let's walk it back. Unfortunately, there are no more balloons.
And men, there's no more men for you, man. Let's check out some of these comments here. This top comment says, we already read that. We're going to go to this one. The shoulder shimmy of embarrassment. So yeah, that's that comment that I read earlier. It took me out. Somebody else here said the men stood on business. Somebody else here added, she gives broke more than them. Right. Right. Here's somebody else who says, sis calling people broke with stiff, frizzy hair. Somebody else here says, Brenda is not finding love. No. No, no, no. Crazy, 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 crazy. Where's the shame and embarrassment? Shout out to those guys.
So I was watching Red Balloon Talk, and this young lady, Brenda, was going through what she wanted from a man inside of a relationship, and she said someone who's financially stable. When she said that, one guy, just one, popped his balloon. She could have kept going on, but she just couldn't take any type of criticism or rejection of what she was saying. So she called him broke. So when she called him broke, everyone else, all the other guys, popped their balloons, basically saying, you know what? This is not the type of person or woman that we want to deal with. She doesn't have the temperament, the attitude that we want. And you know what? Her hair didn't look great. The print dress is not a good option. I'm not sure what she's doing with the heels. And she was coming at cats instead of being humble. Ladies, I'm going to tell you something. The things that you guys say online and say amongst yourself, they don't play well in the real world with men. They don't. In the real world, men don't see that as someone that they want to chase or a badge of honor, someone that's randomly insulting people or just insulting men because they're a man. Men are not really cool with that.
Right.
So you might want to think about that. She got embarrassed.
Hey, yo, people. So Kamala not only lost the election, also $20 million in campaign debt. Her husband left her? People, I knew Dougie was not with Kamala in real life. I knew it. He's not even an attractive man. He is not even an attractive man. And it looked like the odd couple standing next to each other. It didn't look at his weird kids. Like it was all for us. It was all for her to act like she is about American family. You know what I'm saying? But To those black people out there who are like, oh, you ain't vote for Kamala. That's wrong. How can you be a sister and not vote for her? She ain't marry a brother. She didn't have any black babies. But y'all expect us to put more effort into her than she did into us? People, I find that shit so funny. And then people, what they were saying, people talking shit about Trump, talking about, oh, he's a misogynist, he's a this, he's a that. And then when I kick him with the, oh, well, Kamala husband cheated on his first wife and knocked up the nanny. He beats up on his dates. No.
Damn. Hold on. Wish I had the sound, but the sound's not working. The sound's not working.
Nobody wants to talk about that. But people, I just thank God, because just imagine. And the only reason Kamala even got married way back when she did, she just got married 10 years ago. This marriage is still damn near new, considering her age. She's 60. She only been married for 10 years. She got married for her political career, people. She couldn't be a single woman of color out here dating Montel and everybody else going to the Diddy parties. So she had to get some type of credibility for her career in politics. And what did she do? She married a white man. Not even attractive one. She found the most weirdest one with the most weirdest looking kids.
Most weirdest looking kids. How'd the kids look like? You know, this seems like one of those stories where it came from some article on some unknown website and there's no validity to it. But I also know that we're at this place right now where a lot of people do not trust mainstream media. They don't. They just don't trust mainstream media at all. And so how do people discover new stories? Well, it's by somebody maybe talking to a friend who then talks to another friend who then tells somebody who is connected to somebody else who has a platform, and they send them the information through text, maybe a photo, and they send some proof. All of a sudden now it's viral on TikTok. Is this valid? I'm not sure yet, if I'm going to be honest with you. Let's see what the comments here have to say. First comment here says, Kamala supporters got a mental disorder. Somebody else here added, how y'all know this is true? And let's see, probably not even true. Somebody else here says, I always got the feeling that wasn't a real relationship. Here's somebody else who says, the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. I know for a lot of people during the time when the elections were going on and approaching the final events, there were a lot of people who were divorcing or not talking to family, cutting people off because they didn't agree with their politics. To me, I think that's a bit ridiculous, if I'm going to be honest with you. If you're at the point in your marriage where the election, two people who are not going to make a difference in your life actually, and when I say that, I mean a real life, like if you think those people are going to make your life better than the person who you're with, who you have to interact with on an everyday basis, forget who's president. How about the people in your life who you're interacting with on an everyday basis? I spoke out every time I saw that and said, now this right here is ridiculous.
Kamala, divorce.
We have another video here. Let's see what you guys think.
Kamala, divorce on the horizon. I don't know if I saw this coming, but Kamala and her husband are reportedly splitting. There's supposed to have been something about somebody. I don't know if it was Kamala or the husband having a little affair on the side with one of the people on her campaign. But he's the same guy who, and basically beat on his last girl and cheated on her with the maid and knocked her up. So that's the guy Kamala's married with. She has no children, and I'm hearing they're going on a divorce. I mean, not I'm hearing, but that's what they're saying. They're about to split. So she lost the campaign. She lost $20 million. She lost her husband. You think she needs a drink?
All right, so there you guys go. I'll leave you guys up to decide whether that there is real or it's fake news. Let's see, what else do we have? I saw some other stuff some people sent me in line with this topic. Oh, here's one. So there's this whole conversation that's happening right now about Serena Williams. And I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And this comes down to whether
Woman, and I love who I
hold
am.
on.
And
This comes down to whether she bleaches her skin or not. I'm just going to be honest up front. When I first saw her and I saw this video, I noticed that her skin looked lighter. So there are people who are saying, yo, Serena Williams might not be all the way there because she's telling a bald-faced lie. Like, we can compare pictures and see the difference. Let's check it out.
Black woman, and I love who I am, and I love how I look, and that's just not my thing. And if people do it, that's their thing, and they have every opportunity, and they should. I don't judge, but you guys do. But that's what this world is about, and I stay in my lane, the non-judgy one, and I keep it. But no, I actually don't bleach my skin. So can we just like kind of clear that up? Okay, so that's what I do. I start with my Nothing to See concealer. I only did one side of my face.
So what do you guys think? Does she look like she bleaches her skin? Let me see here. I'm wondering if I could bring up some photos here so people can see, or maybe somebody already kind of touched on this. Let's see right here. Oh shit. Here's a video with the literal contrast. Hold on. This is crazy. Yo, look at this.
Don't you have like 400 family members here?
Yeah. And they're almost all of them are.
You guys know
That's wild.
Don't you have like 400?
I'm sorry. This almost seems a little bit eerie. You know, you've heard of the black wife effect. Maybe this is the white husband effect, right? So you're gonna want to start bleaching your skin, man. Top comment says Serena Jackson. Serena Jackson, yo. Somebody else here says she looks like white chicks. She's embarrassing, sad, lost, baby. You from Compton. Somebody else here added, is she on drugs too? Yes, unfortunately. So people are saying, hey, because the question here is Serena Williams bleaching her skin? People are like, yes, unfortunately. Mental health is a tough thing, you know. It's a tough thing. It's probably really hard being somebody who's as iconic as she is. And you always have people on your face. I think that if people care about Serena Williams, people should be reaching out to her, because we're just going to be straight up here. When you compare these photos, you can definitely tell that she's doing something to her skin. There's something there going on, right? Let's check out another video here. I thought this one was very
This
interesting.
child support thing, it's out of control, brother. You cannot let a woman destroy a man's life financially because the relationship is over. I mean, I think black men need to organize, and we, had this dialogue. Black men need to organize and force a change in legislation regarding child support.
The outfit's tough. I would personally not wear something like this just because it's not my style. But look at that. The contrast with the background, that's hard.
First of all, if I can't see my child, you don't get my money. If I can't see my child, you don't get my money. That should be law. Because too many women are denying us the right to see our children and yet still benefiting from child support. That should be illegal, number one.
Not cool
at all,
man.
Yes, and women should be forced to account for the child support too. Because I know a lot of fathers who pay child support and they still have to take care of their children after they pay child support, because the mother of the child is using child support on herself and not necessarily the children. So yes, child support should go on a card. It should go on a card, Art. And you have to use that credit card for all purchases for the child. So that way, if the father wants to, Art, I should be able to log into my child support folder, my child support online profile, and I should be able to see what you're buying with my money. What is wrong with a black father
logging into the child support database, going to my profile and seeing that she bought my daughter some shoes, she paid for swimming lessons, class pictures, they went to the movies and dinner. I should see how my money is being spent. And not all Black women are guilty of misappropriating the child support. I don't want to say that they're doing that, but I do know a sizable proportion of Black women are guilty of misappropriating the child support.
Dr. Umar with some more truth right there. And he's got the camo on. So, you know, he's going to war with modern women. Maybe that's what's happening, because that last video was out of character. But let's really play this out. Like, hypothetically speaking, I don't want to be negative about this particular, because I don't think anything's impossible. So I don't want to be negative about this particular situation. But I will say this. If there was a database, it would have to be the type that both people could see the transactions in that account. And the reason why I think that is possible is because when you look back to when COVID happened, what did they hand out? They handed out debit cards. Everybody got a debit card who was unemployed and could be compensated due to their employment because of COVID. And a lot of people who received those debit cards, you could probably go online, because I remember Bank of America had a line. All the Bank of Americas had lines coming out of them. And if they can do that for millions and millions of people, they could probably do something like that for a couple who has a child. The reason why I say you have to see the transactions, and it can't be something where you go on and fill out a form and tell them what you spent the money on, is then it leaves room for fabrication. It leaves room for people to lie about it, right? You'd have to see that, like, oh, that money was spent for that specific thing. Now, reasons why they probably wouldn't want to push for this. Well, number one, they would have to actually do a bit of work and investigation into auditing those transactions when somebody disputes something, right? When you look on there and see that, is that okay? Sally's wigs, she's buying hair products. No, stop it. I wish I had my sound button here. It's not working. But when you see that, you now flag it in, you set up a court date, the lawyers get to eat, but you also can assume that, hey, if this is right, then I pay less because she'll be penalized. And we see, then it becomes a problem of, are you penalizing the child, right? So it would have to be something along the lines of, she would have to reimburse that money, and you know, it'd be taken off the next child support payment. You see, it becomes complicated when the child suffers here, but the question then is the child suffering either way? Because not all these single mothers out here are truthful about the money that they're spending. They're not all truthful. And then a lot of these women will contest custody and want primary custody so that they could get more child support. The whole system is disgusting right now at this point. When you really look deep into it and see that they actually make money from a lot of child support, and a lot of the money that they make goes towards these other programs that they use. It's funded from child support. A lot of people don't know that. They're incentivized to keep these programs going. They're incentivized to go after you as a man for child support. So, of course, you're going to want to protect your seed. You're going to want to be careful now more than ever. And I think if there's change that could happen, and this is a controversial statement here that I'm about to make. If there's change that could have happened, I'll tell you when it wouldn't have happened, or how it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened with the last administration. You can argue that and be delusional. That's not me saying that's who you should have voted for or not voted for. I am just saying if there's any time when something like that could be passed, when people actually care about what's happening within families, men's issues in particular, I think It might be now, right? Maybe that's hopeful thinking in your eyes. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let's check out some of these comments. Top comment here says, I agree 1000%. Is this a woman? Okay, we have a woman here saying, I agree 1000%. Somebody else here says, and if she has multiple baby daddies, all of them needs to be put on child support and not just the one that has a job. That's an interesting statement right there. You get penalized for being the responsible one, which is more reason to be careful. Somebody else here says, the card should decline if it's not for clothing, childcare. Okay, so she's saying the card should decline if it's not for things that the children need. I agree with that. Here's another comment that says 10% should be in a savings account. And somebody else here added exactly that the parent cannot touch. Somebody else here says agree. Somebody else here added it can't be touched by anyone, only the child after they graduate high school. Ooh. Yeah, I see where they're going with that. Or even better, maybe some of it even in an investment account. But putting away money like 10% for that child when they turn 18, because they're going to be at a statistical disadvantage, is a very, 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 very interesting point that I think should be observed and looked into. Here's another comment that says, I'm glad I didn't have to go through this. Yeah, man, me too. And nothing's worse than when I hear a man talk about how he believes and feels like he's punished for being a responsible man who works, cares for his child, and wishes he could actually see his child more. I think I've got one more video here on the topic of child support that I know would be worth taking a look at. Let me see. Where is it? Let me see here. It's a short video too. It's not that long. Here it is. All right, here we go.
I'm known as a deadbeat dad, but the real deadbeat is the one who collects child support. You didn't like what I just said there? Well, let me ask you a question. Why is it that involved fathers are forced to pay child support when they're already supporting their child, but the dads that aren't involved in their child's life don't have to pay any child support? So seriously, ask yourself, who's the real deadbeat here?
What do you think? Something for you to think about. All right, I've got one more, actually a couple more topics here. Omari. What's this? Omari. Another topic here I think is worth looking into. By the way, you can send me content through Instagram. Again, content through Instagram, or email me. support@shishaz.com. That's support@shishaz.com. Let me see.
Well, lesbian relationships have so much more violence. They only say that because they're thinking about a relationship where a man might be putting his hands on a woman. They're not including the other side of the equation where women are putting their hands on men and men are not calling the cops.
True. Yeah.
Women are very violent. A woman will put her hands on a man. She will hit him, spit in his face, call him all kinds of names, and everything is totally fine. Women are allowed to do this, and nobody should say anything about it. Now, these women they will be in these relationships and they will hit a man and they will take that same behavior and they'll take it to a lesbian relationship. See, it's the same person.
Okay. Just for some context here, this is the same chick who's exposed. To me, it seems like following her getting exposed, she just decided to dress like a full-on stud. Am I right or am I wrong? Comment down below. Let's keep listening. This video's caption, some women will attack men and then take that behavior into a lesbian relationship.
Same behavior.
Right.
Right? But it's looked at as different because the man is stronger and he's expected to hold himself. But a lot of times in a lot of these relationships, women are extremely narcissistic and violent. And this is what I have discovered as I continue to work with women. And so what I realize is that women actually want men to be slaves. They actually want men to be their personal slaves.
But you did preach that men were slaves in our first interview.
Yes, they are. They are slaves,
Delusion.
but who are they slaves to? They're slaves to corporations, right? They're slaves to the military. They're slaves in everything that they do. Their whole purpose was for them to work for somebody. And that's what you see. The man then is a slave to his sex drive. And by a man being a slave to his sex drive, he turns around and becomes a slave to a woman who expects him to be a slave to his sex drive and her. So she uses that as a manipulation tool to try to get that man to do whatever she wants him to do. Well, here's the problem. Women don't live in reality. A lot of women are very, very, very delusional. And so they have these ideas about men in their head, what they want these men to be. It's like they got a movie and they have a cast. And there's a role for this knight in shining armor that's going to sweep her off her feet and worship her and only her for eternity. His eyes see nobody else but her. His phallus sees nobody else but her. And so she wants that man. She finds a man that she likes. She creates this picture. She's driven by sex, and she wants to trap that man to worship her for eternity. And if he does not play to every single thing that she has in her mind, she wants to blow up the world. She wants to set off a detonator to destroy everything around her if things don't go exactly her way. And so what I come to realize is that a lot of men are struggling trying to placate to the delusions of women. Not only are they struggling trying to placate to the delusions of women, they are still struggling trying to control just their own biological urges and their neurological messages that are going. There's a lot of things that are going on with men, right? And because women ultimately don't care.
Listen, don't let this woman fool you. She this is what she does. She's just flowery words. She shit on men for a while. I know you guys aren't falling for this. You're not. The reason why I'm actually wanting to react to this is this first part she said in the very beginning. First part. And I thought, you know what? I can acknowledge that first part is a pretty fair point, because we've all heard the whole statistic about, because follow me, I'm getting somewhere here. We've all heard the statistic about how lesbian relationships have more DV, right? They have more violence in them. And she said something there that I've never taken into consideration. She said that, well, the reason why she believes that is because women are more likely to snitch after something like that happens. Now, my stance, as you know, is nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. Two women who get into a fight, they both can't take accountability in that situation. They're both making that call. They're both crying tears. They're both telling the story like they are the victim. Then it becomes who can paint the best picture of who the victim is within this particular situation. Never thought of that. Thought that was worth a discussion. Let's see what people have. Safe top comment here says this woman is high key a philosopher. I don't know about all that. Somebody else here says women hit weak men or men they know won't hit back. Here's somebody else who says, very true, and it always pisses me off. Here's another person who says, not all women are like this, but a large function are like this. Okay, yes, she said some truth there about the delusion of women. But the thing is that, like, you go deeper into someone's perspective on life, you end up realizing they're just completely out of their mind. This chick right here. Let's see what else we have. Last one here, we have a video on the Passport Bros. This is going to be the last video I do for today. Feel free to send me more content if you'd like to see more content here on the stream. Let's check it out.
A passport bro has died in the Philippines. Now, I made a video about this passport bro about a month ago because he was kidnapped in the Philippines. The kidnappers were trying to get him. He was resisting, and they shot him, while trying to get him to come. They shot him in the leg, and then it's now came out that he was shot in the leg and the abdomen, and he did die from those gunshot wounds, and the kidnappers had dumped his body, and the police in the Philippines found him, okay? Now, the passport bros were mad that I made the video. They think that it's a dig to say, men rather go all the way to another country than marry an American. If you want to risk your life, that's you. But, I'm not saying the man deserved to die, but there is definitely a problem with going to other countries, to marry women, to exploit women. I mean, when y'all get up here and say, yeah, I'm going over here because my money goes longer and, they're easier to please and, they want an American. That's exploiting them. And this man, again, I'm not saying that he deserved to die, but he had a YouTube channel and he had multiple videos that were titled living in the most dangerous city in the Philippines, opening a store in the most dangerous city in the Philippines, live streaming in the most dangerous city in the Philippines. That's exploiting a country. You are exploiting that country. You are a foreigner. You are not from there, but you're trying to take videos and profit off of showing how dangerous the city is, how unlivable it is to be there, like how, poor it is. That's exploitation. And if you will put your life in danger just for a couple of dollars, like, come on now. I don't understand, like, what doesn't click to them when they come into my comments trying to defend this behavior. It's just weird.
First off, it's unfortunate for anybody to pass away in any country, man or woman, regardless of the reason you're going there, as long as it's not to intentionally hurt people. Now, if you want to somehow turn that into he's hurting people by exploiting them, that's just ridiculous to me. Are you exploiting when you move to a different state because it's more economically tolerable for you? Are you exploiting when you decide to date a woman who finds value in what you bring financially to the table? Is that exploitation? No. As long as it's to the women here in the West who are insufferable, majority of them, then it's not exploitation. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I do think there's something weird about the celebration every time a passport bro dies. Listen, people think like, oh, the coffee pot stuff. I've seen some people be like, oh, nothing but toxicity. It's toxic. But they don't pay attention to the videos I'm reacting to and don't think for a second how crazy it is that you have a chick here who's made multiple videos with people celebrating about the death of a man. Right? The same way that they celebrated when Kevin Samuels passed away. Here's a comment that says, what was he wearing? Somebody else who says, sorrows, prayers. Of course, she's being sarcastic here. Here you go. Concepts of sorrows. Somebody else who says, girl, what color is the hair? It's so good. Somebody else who says, what is a passport, bro? That's funny. Didn't know what they're talking about. So here's somebody else who says, she don't know what exploit means. Here's somebody else who says, your hair is cute. Okay. Really sad. Okay. There we go. Really sad. Okay, these aren't too bad. I've seen some really bad comments where cool. Yeah, this is better. I've seen some really bad comments where like people are laughing about the whole situation instead of thinking, somebody lost their life there. There is nothing funny about that at all. Listen, guys, appreciate you for checking another episode of The Coffee Pod, fathershaverights.com for men who soon to be married, engaged. Make sure you guys go check it out. Consider joining Boo Brothers, a community of men who value fatherhood and marriage in our modern day. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.